Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got episode number 22 of the Los Angeles Angels franchise mode here on MLB 21 the show, and it is time for the offseason. Yes, the Angels missed the playoffs for another season. It's just getting insane at this point, the amount of talent this team has, and we still can't make the playoffs. I don't know what's going on. So in today's offseason, we're again going to try to fix this Angels team. Real quick though, go over the stats from last season. Tremendous seasons out of Trout, Seager, and Fletcher. I didn't show it in the video, but Mike Trout did win the MVP. Best player in baseball by a damn mile. I mean, 317 average, 56 home runs, 124 RBI. The MVP is Mike Trout. One more time, Anthony Rendon, not the season we wanted out of him. 248 average for Rendon. We're looking to get this guy back to the days he had in Washington. We just haven't seen it yet in Anaheim. He's been all right. Jorge Soler, another guy who's just been okay. 245 average on the season. Most likely going to be his last year here in Anaheim. I think we're going to move on. Willie Calhoun, surprisingly off the bench, was pretty good for us this season. 242. I'm okay with that. Keeper Ruiz, 238 in his first season as the full-time starter, or I guess half season. He's going to be the starter next season. We are just going to have to wait and see what we're going to get out of him. Jared Walsh, not good. Really not good. I want to keep him around because I think Jared Walsh can be a very good ball player, but I just don't think he's starting material. Brandon Marsh, 224 in his first season starting. Again, we're going to give him another shot next season. It was his rookie year. Didn't have a good season, but hopefully he can turn it around in the very near future. And folks, if you have not yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below for more MLB 21 the show here on the channel. Let's now get into the pitching. Corey Kluber was the best pitcher on this Angels team. He had a 314 average on the season with a 1.14 whip, 16-4 record. Really nice season out of Kluber. He's on a one-year contract. We're going to try to bring him back in the very near future. The rest of the team, just mediocre. Patrick Sandoval, I really liked what we had out of him this season. I mean, again, 3.87 ERA. It's pretty solid. 13-9 record. I'll take that. Ohtani, 3.97 ERA. Again, not great, but people forget Shohei Ohtani's still very young. He's gonna have a lot of time to progress. The dude's gonna get a lot better. The bullpen arms just pretty mediocre as well. Jordan Hicks, 4.57 ERA. Mike Mayers, 4.54. Alex Claudio with the 2.99. Cueto with the 6.55. He ain't coming back. Diekman, 4.67. Cishek, 4.14. And then for Rafael Iglesias, 4.39 ERA for our closer. So those are the stats. Let's now head on to the postseason. Yeah, the Chicago White Sox back on top of the baseball world. They go and win the World Series and beat the New York Mets in 5 games. As for the number 2 seeded AL West champs, the Oakland Athletics, losing the first round to the White Sox. Interesting postseason overall, and yeah, we thought it was going to happen in the last episode. Albert Pujols, at 43 years of age, has finally decided to hang things up. No Kurt Suzuki. Yeah, Suzuki still under contract with us, so I guess he's just going to be a AAA player next season. But yeah, Albert Pujols, enjoy retirement. We will see if he made the Hall of Fame in just a second here. It should be unanimous. But yeah, he rides off in the sunset. Also, Brett Gardner retires, and also Emilio Bonifacio retires. So there's that. But yeah, of course, Albert Pujols does make the Hall of Fame. Tremendous career for him. Tremendous 22-year career. He's the man. Enjoy retirement, Albert Pujols. Now, this is where business starts to pick up. I'm going to bring back Corey Kluber for 1 season. I liked what we got out of him. He's 36 years of age, so that's a little bit concerning, but $13.4 million for 1 season for him, I will take it. Andrew Miller had a bounce back season. I mean, you look at his 2021 with the Cardinals, 7.28 ERA. He comes back in 2022 with the Angels with a 2.63 ERA. I liked what we got out of Andrew Miller. Again, he's 37 years old, but I'm willing to give him a 2-year deal. I really like what we got out of him. Welcome him back to the squad. Jorge Soler, I'm gonna move on. I'm just going to. It wasn't a great season for him. He did bring a lot of power to the plate, but I think we can get a lot better. Maybe a Joe Adele appearance. I do not know. Matt Carpenter, it was just a 1-year deal. I'll see you later. Have fun somewhere else. And then Johnny Cueto as well. That was a 1-year thing. He's out of here as well. Real quick, the Astros are trading Jose Altuve for Roberto Perez. Not a bad trade for both teams. Kind of weird seeing Altuve in a Twins uniform, but there is that. Also, Joe Madden, welcome back. He's still the manager of this team. And Starling Marte is leaving the A's for Eddie Rosario. So Marte is no longer in the division. Interesting move right there. And also, yeah, I hired Dave Roberts to be our farm director. He's no longer a manager. Of course, the Dodgers manager. I mean, sure, he can be our farm director. I don't know what's going on there. Jordan Hicks trying to bring him back. Also, Willie Calhoun going to try to bring him back as well. Now, here comes the Jared Walsh debacle. I mean, look at the average, man. 228. I mean, 18 home runs, 58 RBI. The year before, 194. I mean, the dude has not played well since the Mickey Mouse season in 2020. So that's why we are gonna definitely look for a replacement for him at first base. Here's the free agency class. It's pretty solid. A lot of big names: Aaron Judge, Joey Gallo, Byron Buxton, Trey Turner. A lot of very good players are hitting free agency for the very first time, and I'm gonna try to make a big move. Who is it gonna be? I don't know, because there's so many good players. Well, this isn't the big move, but I want to bring in Jose Martinez. Good bench bat. He can still hit. I mean, for his age, he's a solid player. Want to bring him in. I'm going to try to get the former MVP in Jose Abreu. He was moved halfway through the season last year. I want to bring Abreu to the team. He's only asking for $9 million for 1 year. He got traded from the White Sox last season. I really think he can help our team a lot, and he could be maybe just a 1-year replacement for Jared Walsh. Also, I want Jameson Taillon. We're going to go over the starting pitching in just a second here, but I think we need another starting pitcher, and I think Taillon can be that guy. Wilson Contreras will sign with the Cincinnati Reds. He goes from the Cubs to Cincinnati, so interesting move right there. He gets an $82 million deal. Ken Giles, one of the better closers in the MLB, will head on over to Philadelphia to play for the Phillies. Why? Dude, Jose Ramirez goes to the Astros, 95 overall, 30 years of age. He had a walk-off inside the park home run when we played the Indians in Cleveland last season, and now we got to deal with him in Houston. And also, Luis Severino will head to the Tampa Bay Rays. Don't really care about that move, but the J-Ram move is killer. And Taillon's going to the White Sox. You're going to the World Series champs. Come on, dude. So we don't get Jameson Taillon anymore. We're going to look for another starting pitcher in just a second. And the Astros get Joe Musgrove. How much money does this team have? They go get Jose Ramirez, and they go get Musgrove in the same year. Max Muncy, by the way, heads on over to Tampa. The Rays building a pretty good contender as well. And wow! Aaron Judge leaves the Bronx to go play for the Blue Jays. That is crazy. Also, we get Jose Abreu. So there's that. The former MVP is now a member of the Angels. I really like that move right there. And hey, we couldn't get Taillon. Give me Jose Berrios. Dude's a monster. Again, last season 3.87 ERA, but he can still be very solid for us. I like a 2-year deal worth $31 million. Welcome to the team, hopefully, Jose Berrios. Chad Green will head on over to the Los Angeles Dodgers. He gets a pretty solid deal from them. And also Mike Clevinger, gonna get $186 million over 6 years. Wow. Clevinger will head on over to play for the Cubs. All right, and there we go. It's happening. Jose Berrios, welcome to the Angels. Pairing alongside Shohei Ohtani and Corey Kluber, we've got a big three in our starting rotation. And unfortunately, the odd man out is going to be Dylan Bundy. Bundy just did not have that great of a season. He's just been okay over the last couple of years. I think it's time to move on. I'd rather keep Griffin Canning and see what he can do. Same with Patrick Sandoval. And I'm going to move Bundy for Charlie Blackmon. And I know what you're thinking. $18 million a year. He's on his last year of his contract. The dude batted .317 last season. He's still batting .300 every single season. I like Charlie Blackmon a lot. I think he can help us a lot. Also, Seth Lugo heads on over the Cubs. Who gives a damn? Exactly no one. Colton Wong batted .231 last season. He gets $22 million. From the Royals, go have fun playing for Patrick Mahomes. Tim Anderson, wow, leaves the White Sox. He wins a World Series, and he's up on out of there. Anderson heads on over to Arizona to play for the Diamondbacks. Also, it's a cap dump trade. Tony Watson and Scott Schebler over the Toronto Blue Jays for a 20-year-old, a potential prospect who's a closer. He's a lefty as well. Eli Alonso out of Delaware. I'm going to take that deal. Cap dump, and it gets us a pretty nice prospect in the minors. And the Astros, why is Whit Merrifield signing for 35 over 3? What are we doing here? Andrelton Simmons will head on over to the Reds, 1 year, $14 million deal. But how are the Astros signing everyone? And wow, Buxton only gets 56 over 6 years, 91 overall. Okay, he batted .200 last year. I don't know what's up with that. But Byron Buxton over the Padres, and yes, Joey Gallo's out the division. Have fun in Detroit. He got a massive deal. But Gallo is no longer a Ranger, and Trey Turner leaves DC for the first time in his career. He will head on over to the Brewers to play alongside Christian Yelich, and Adley Rutschman gets moved. So Rushman's going to the Rangers for Jose Leclerc. Interesting move right there. And okay, the Rays go get Max Muncy, and they trade for Manuel Margot. So they trade Muncy to the Nationals. The Nationals have Margot, and the Rays like, yeah, we want Margot back, so you can go have Max Muncy. That makes zero sense, and here's what our lineup's going to probably look like for next season. Seager, Ohtani, Trout, Rendon, Blackmon, Fletcher, Abreu, Marsh, Ruiz. This is a good team, guys. This is a really good team. The one spot that's a little bit questionable, I know, is going to be Joe Adell for Charlie Blackmon. But hear me out. I think we can get a good year at Charlie Blackmon. And if he does not play well, we can always try to move him at the trade deadline. And yes, he is making $18 million a year, but this is the final year on that massive deal that Colorado gave him. So I think we should be okay. And again, if he doesn't play well, we will move him at the deadline, and I'll happily move Joe Adell into the starting lineup. But for now, I'm thinking that we do one more season with Joe Adell not starting. He's going to be on the bench, and then next year will be finally time for Joe Adell to make the big start in the MLB. Again, the problem with Joe Adell is he batted 200 last season in AAA. I'm going to bring him up, but we're going to see what happens. Catching is kind of weird. Keeper Ruiz is good, but Francisco Alvarez is good as well. And Alvarez is 3 years younger, so I don't know about that. We're going to start Ruiz for now, but Alvarez, watch out for him. Jose Abreu starting at first base. Jared Walsh, move to the bench, bro. I mean, it's time for the former MVP to play here in Anaheim. I'm so excited for Jose Abreu. That dude can hit, man. Second base, David Fletcher, obviously. Franklin Barreto will be on this team as well. He will be a bench bat for the most part of this season. So that's second base. Again, David Fletcher, always a solid option for us. You can't go wrong with him. Anthony Rendon still at third. Drew Mendoza's waiting in the wings. Again, Tony's 32. We don't know how well he's going to play in the future, but for now, we do have him starting. Then, of course, Mendoza can be there just in case an injury happens. Seager at short. Charlie Blackmon in left alongside Willie Calhoun coming off the bench. Chuck Nasty, tremendous swing. One of my favorite swings to time in this game alongside Mike Trout and Justin Turner. Trout obviously in center. Brandon Marsh moved him to right. Jose Martinez will be the backup over there. Now, let's just talk about the AOS teams. This is the Oakland Athletics. Javi Baez on this team. Matt Olson, Matt Chapman, Ramon Laureano, Kyle Schwarber, Eddie Rosario, Steven Piscotty, Sean Murphy. Their pitching looks like this. It's not very good. Jesus Rosario, Sean Manaea, Frankie Montas, Chris Bassett, Paul Blackburn. The team's not very good, guys. The A's have kind of fallen off. It's that simple. The Mariners are just terrible. Look at this team. Look at this team. Come on. Ty France, G-Man Choi, Dom T. Williams, Julio Rodriguez, Dylan Moore. It's not a good team in Seattle. Their pitching's not very good either. Yes, Marco Gonzalez is okay. James Paxton's always going to be solid, but this team's not very good. Seattle should be just a cupcake team in this division. Same with the Rangers. They are terrible as well. Oh my goodness, this team is bad. No more Joey Gallo. Gallo's what kept this team together. This team is horrible, guys. David Dahl's their best player. Adley Rutschman's here and he should be great, but come on, look at the pitching. It's Noah Syndergaard and no one else. Mike Minor's still starting for this team. Dane Dunning, okay. Kyle Gibson. That is not a good team, but oh my goodness, this team's so good. What are the Astros doing? Look at this. Merrifield, Taylor, Alvarez, Correa, Ramirez, Happ, Bregman, Tucker. That is insane. Look at the pitching. McCullers, Musgrove, Valdez, McKenzie, Oda Rizzi, Justin Verlander's in the bullpen. I mean, we're going to have trouble with that Astros team. Other than that, I don't think we're going to have too many problems in the AL West. But the Astros, yeah, we're going to have a problem. So that's the team we got to try to beat here in the AL West. I'm not concerned about the A's. Yeah, that team's always going to be good, but I'm really not concerned. The Rangers and Mariners are just poverty franchises at this point. We shouldn't have to worry about them for maybe 10 years until Adley Rutschman becomes a superstar. Because trust me, Adley Rutschman will be a superstar in this league. But I'm not concerned about those two. Really just concerned about them damn Asterix. I mean, Astros. So folks, thank you all for watching episode number 22 of the Los Angeles Angels franchise mode here in MLB 21, the show. If you have not yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below for more. Be on the lookout for opening day tomorrow as we open the 2023 MLB regular season. So again, folks, thank you all for watching. Make sure to drop that like button down below if you did enjoy the video, and Mamba forever.